a man who is known for breaking the law. He cannot. My only advice for Nyesom Wike, and I'm doing this from a Christian perspective as a child of God, because we need to educate people who are not normal. We need to pray for them. We need to counsel them. We need to advise them. And as a counselor in the celestial realm, my advice for Wike is that when you drink, don't talk. When you talk, don't drink.
Dino Melaye is among the people that has called Mr. Nyesom Wike out in this problem that is not just happening in PDP, but also in Rivers State. And there is this adage in my place that says, wherever a child is crying and pointing at, if the mother is not there, the father should be there. That is to say, wherever a child is crying and pointing hand at, if you check, something must be there. And in a situation like this, where almost everybody is pointing accusing finger to one direction, that means that there is something to look out for from that particular direction. Though we are not there to see it from their perspective, but I think we should ask questions on the character they are pointing at. And it is more appalling when the people is never considered in such a problem, because all I see here is for personal gain, and the people will end up suffering it because they are the one that will bear the brunt. In fact, let me show you other two complaints. Look at what ex-Rivers State lawmaker said.
We can have a history of bringing down people. You support people today, the next day you bring them down.
Confirm. Look at what Dele Momodu said.
Total lack of discipline, greed, and selfishness. Self-centeredness would have fired Wike since, if I had the power.
Confirm. Now, join this with what Dino Melaye said in this video. I have not talked about Ikenga Ugochinyere. I have not talked about Sim Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, which is the most pronounced one. Now, these people are in the same party. Now, what about Dan Wanyam, who is not in the party, plus so many others? In fact, let me allow you to listen to what Dino Melaye said in this video. And as you are listening to it, share your thought and also subscribe to my channel for more updates. And after that, I will be back. Let's go there.
People can continue to serve Oluwa Wike, but Kogi people will never serve Oluwa Wike. We will never serve any God. And he has forgotten that God is the supreme controller of the universe. God is the one who gives power. God is the one who ordained kings. God is the one who will make governors, not Nyesom Wike. And moreover, today, ask yourself, what is the value of Wike's support? Wike refused to support our beloved Adeleke in Osun. He refused to support PDP in Osun. Yet Adeleke emerged as the governor of Osun State. He supported Sandy Ono in Cross River, spent money, bought vehicles, did everything. But Sandy lost in Cross River. He supported also my colleague and my brother and friend, Albert, in Akwa Ibom. Funded Albert. Albert lost to PDP in Akwa Ibom State. He funded his former G5, I think it's G1 now because it's only, he funded Otom, funded the governor of Enugu, funded the governor of Abia. The three of them lost just senatorial districts. So you now ask yourself, what is the value of Wike's support to an election when everybody has supported lost? When Odili was governor, when Mamechi was governor, Rivers State was churning out 1 million votes. But shamefully, everything Wike brought in the last election for the party he supported in Rivers State was 200 and something thousand votes. That's to tell you the law of diminishing return. That is after rigging, after malicious practices, after introduction of violence, he could only bring 200 and something thousand votes for his preferred party. A man who has done anti-party, a man will be accusing somebody of changing list, a man who is known for breaking the law. He cannot. My only advice for Nyesom Wike, and I'm doing this from a Christian perspective as a child of God, because we need to educate people who are not normal. We need to pray for them, we need to counsel them, we need to advise them. And as a counselor in the celestial realm, my advice for Wike is that when you drink, don't talk. When you talk, don't drink. That will help him a lot to come out of all these malicious practices. And moreover, he said, if Kogi people vote, if I win the ticket of PDP, he will not support PDP. There was no time in history that Wike would support PDP in Kogi State. In 2019, when my sister Natasha was running for the Senate in Kogi Central, he supported Yaya Bello's candidates over Natasha. a member of his own political party, because there's a diabolical relationship between Nyesom Wike and Yaya Bello, to the extent that Yaya Bello, the worst governor in the history of this country, the worst governor in the history of Kogi State, whose performance is F9 parallel, Nyesom Wike gave him an award, celebrated Yaya Bello and gave him an award. So we know they have a diabolical relationship, to the extent that Wike is the mentor of Yaya Bello, and he has educated Yaya Bello that, come, I have given my governorship ticket to my accountant general, because that is the only way your crime can be protected. Wike have only few weeks to leave as governor. Maybe he has forgotten that he's going to leave. And the way he's behaving, if he will not start practicing preparations for leaving government house, he will be sleeping in his bed and he will be hearing siren in his brain, because he is not preparing to leave office. And I also will advise him, instead of him to concentrate on how he's going to face life outside government, because already he's on his way to prison. In fact, Wike's prison uniform will have embroidery because of the way he has stolen the resources and patrimony of the Rivers people. And I am sitting down here. Any other interview, if he will not wash his hands out of Kogi State and leave Dino Melaye alone, my primary business is other people's businesses. If I open my can of worms and maggots on Wike, but I'm waiting for him. His territory that he's trying to practice is my own primary constituency, and I'm waiting for him. Wike is a pretentious character, is a liar, and he has no integrity, no iota of integrity. Wike was calling me when Atiku Abubakar was to announce his running mates. I have records and I've printed it out, and I'm waiting for him. He called me 19 times in 2 hours, begging us to convince Atiku Abubakar to make him the vice presidential candidate. So when I see him lying on TV, because of the south of this country, because of southern Nigeria, Nyesom moves to south, you that were lobbying us and begging us, promising us heaven and earth to convince Atiku Abubakar to make you vice presidential candidate, to the extent that he was at the airport. I have a video. He spent hours in the airport waiting for me to call him to say, Atiku have picked you as he was at the airport here, waiting, calling me. He was calling me, my brother and friend, who is were in the Senate together, was also calling me that day. I have witnesses. I even gave the phone to Abdul Ningi to speak with him. I gave the phone to Senator Zameri to speak with him. He was begging all of us, promising heaven and earth, Atiku should announce him. It was around 1 or so that I told him, Oga, nobody will give you vice president. That was when he left and then flew back to. So the man who was so desperate to be vice president, because you didn't get it, you now started a southern agenda. I don't believe in such unprincipled, zero integrity character like Nyesom Wike. The man, Wike was the one who brought Ayu. Wike was the one who sponsored Ayu. And that was why Wike made all the governors to endorse Ayu. That's why there was no election in Ayu's, in the national chairman's office during the convention. Ayu was unopposed. Because Ayu is from the north. You are the one that brought Ayu. When did you now realize that Ayu is a northerner? But he was doing that time to satisfy his own selfish ambition of becoming the presidential candidate from the south. So he doesn't want the chairmanship at that time to go to the south, so that it will not affect his ambition of becoming president from the south. So he pushed the chairmanship to the north, and thinking he will be able to bribe Ayu to produce him as the presidential candidate. When Ayu refused to do the wrong thing, then Ayu became an enemy. Is it not the same Wike that removed his brother, his mentor, Prince Uche Secondus, as the national chairman of the party? If you love the South so much, why did you remove a southerner to bring a northerner to Today you are saying chairmanship must go to the south. Was the chairmanship not in the south? Was it not you, Wike, who went to court, who did everything, expelled him from his ward? So a character who is not stable like that, who is influenced by alcohol and other things I don't know, should not be taken seriously. If somebody like Yaya Bello and Wike can become governor, then you are saying the intellectually mobile fine boy Dino cannot be governor. How? Me and Wike, we are poles apart. Poles apart in everything, every ramification. I'm not his mate. He can only be older than me. I'm not proud of him as a governor. A governor who wears blue on yellow, yellow on green, at times with purple, who does not have a dress sense, who does not know what the time is globally today. I am a town boy. I know what it is. I know what time it is. And I've got something upstairs. So I'm just warning him, make it stay for in lane. If you do gra, I don't they talk to people, then they do. If you do gra, come my own side. Me, I go grind them. I go do skit for them. I go sing for them. I go release album for them. On daily basis, I will finish him.
You get the point. Now, just like I said before, that in as much as we are not there to see it from their perspective, but I think there is questions to be asked on the character of the particular person, which almost everybody is pointing at. But nevertheless, I'm going to allow you to share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe now. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, we move.